Hey guys, taking a look at CRV versus the USDT. This is Curve, and what I want to do is take a look at the overall macro as well as dive into the shorter time frames. But I also want to take a look at it versus BTC as well as versus ETH. I think both of those are very good things to look at when trying to determine which alts to buy and when to sell. So we have seen Curve go through basically stay on this trend line since November of 2020. See it hit here once, twice, three times, four times. It kind of deviated below it, but came right back up. So it's four times, five times, six times. Now we're just kind of climbing up it as we start to approach this really strong resistance here at around 350 that we've just been bouncing off of. And you can see back here, one, two, I mean, all of this, that's a huge, huge area. And we're looking at how big of a time frame is this? Almost 2 months it held at 350 with a couple of wicks above and one little deviation above. I mean, that's massive. So when we do finally flip this resistance, the breakout, I believe, will be huge. So what I want to do here in the short term is try to maximize every time it hits this resistance, taking a lot off the table, and then buying back in when it hits this trend line. And I believe we'll probably get a couple more chances to do that as we get squeezed into this area in November. And November, late October, early November could just be gigantic for curves. So that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. And in looking at the shorter time frames, I'm going to be looking for those opportunities to buy. My last idea that I posted on TradingView, I posted this short here, and we had that closed out. And then we had our long triggered. I may take profits here, and the reason why is because I think Bitcoin could possibly see a little bit of a pullback, and if that happens, we could see another trend line tap. I mean, I would even be happy if we even saw it come to 220-ish. I probably would be bullish on it. I'd want to see the market hold there first, but I mean, this is another good entry if it gets back down here. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for it to hit this trend line, watching this trend line very closely. We had a fake breakout here, and normally these fake breakouts of this trend line, this little fake breakouts usually result in a hard pullback. So right now in the micro, I'm definitely looking towards maybe closing this out, taking the profits, and then re-entering as it gets back down here in this region in the low twos. So that's Curve versus USDT. I want to take a look at Curve versus Bitcoin. Had this parallel channel drawn, but I don't really think it's accurate. What I want to mainly keep an eye on here, I think, is this level of support and resistance. And in the bigger picture, what we've been seeing is basically this line here at around 3,500 has been holding a support, as well as this downward trend line. So we are in a descending triangle. So I would be kind of matching up this chart and looking for times when this is on the trend line versus USDT, as well as this being near support down here. And that would make a huge buying signal for me if both of those lined up. This trend line is no longer active. So with Curve versus ETH, what I'm mostly looking for, I have way too many lines here, but what I'm mostly looking for is for it to hold down here. And if it taps this again, it's a buy signal to me. And we're also watching this kind of play out. So again, like this is all playing out into squeezing into this little area, as well as this one squeezing into this little area. And then we have it here getting squeezed into this little area. So as Curve starts to get squeezed against these different pairs, it's just going to make the move even more explosive. And in my opinion, as well, like versus Bitcoin, this could probably start looking towards this might be a new support here. So I would keep an eye on this because as this gets, because this would actually match up really well with the Ethereum chart here. I mean, it looks very similar. So that's what I'm looking for. I mean, I would just pay attention to the USDT chart, and then you can just buy on this trend line and feel probably pretty safe about it, considering how long it's held. And just hang on and just wait for Q4 to play out. Q4 is going to be a amazing month for crypto, in my opinion. I mean, look at this. Like we could easily tap this $7 range in the next probably 3 to 4 months. So that's what I'm looking for on Curve. That's what I'm going to play for. And I'm just going to try to get as many entries on that trend line as I possibly can and just keep compounding between this resistance line and this trend line so that once we do break out, I have as much Curve as I possibly can have. So that's my look at Curve. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Please do not forget to subscribe and follow. Please like this video because that helps me out. And I look forward to making another video soon. Have a good day.